we open again in a dark underground area. This time, the only light, again, is those overhead red lights, but combined with the flickering of candles. We see no one on screen, but the shadow, the vague shadow of two individuals. That's right. Thomas Whittibane and Dave Stanford. I don't know what they're doing here. They then hear a voice nearby ring out.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. They can't stop it.
Welcome back to RP Jesters, everyone.
What? Hold on. Wait.
We're gonna drop into that.
I don't know what you're freaking out about. We didn't hear anything.
Yeah, you guys didn't hear any of that.
This guy just was silent for a minute and then started the episode. It was really weird. He stared at all of us individually.
Then why is my nose bleeding?
Because I punched you, Andrew.
Oh, why'd you do that? That's mean.
I liked my eye contact specifically.
Oh man, I love doing that sort of stuff. It's so fun.
What stuff?
Yeah, exactly. What stuff? Am I right?
Casey, you look so concerned.
No, I'm fine.
You're racking your brain right now, just being like, where? How did they figure it out? But you don't know. Hey,
The phone, probably.
maybe. Welcome back, everybody. I am your handler, Sky Swanson. And of course, I am joined as always by Miss Rachel Kordell.
Oh, me first. I don't know why I'm pretending that it's okay. It's not. Agent Remedy, Gwen Adler.
That was more disturbing than what I said.
Gwen's is just like a downward spiral.
I love it, though. Mr. Seth Coveyou.
Oh, I'm first. Red.
Mr. Andrew Frost.
I'm going first. Hey, Dave Stanford. But you might know me from my book Bloody Spines, an investigation on the supposed Porcupine King of Pennsylvania. Check out my MySpace for more info on upcoming novels.
Oh my God, I love it.
Ha
The absolutely huggable Jonas Tintenseher.
Ainsley Henderson Munroe, agent receiver, transmitting. November, Oscar, Sierra, India, Golf, November, Alpha, Lima.
It changed. That's not fair.
What do you mean it changed?
It was Spanish
It was
last time.
Wasn't it numbers?
The codes change.
do it different one every
codes are changing
session,
Every
yeah.
time. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be very easy.
I mean, this one's just military speak.
I don't know. I would just do the same one and been like, whoever figures it out first.
That was so fast. I was gonna write it down.
That's why it's recorded. Hey, and finally, Mr. Casey Reardon.
Hey there, it's Thomas Whittibane, a.k.a. Agent Rhino, looking for Redacted. And some good pizza puffs.
That's what I want to know. Screw my codes. I want to know what Rhino is looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
He's looking for a good, it's a delicious, like,
No,
tiny
I know what
calzone
that
thing.
is. I
An
know
authentic
the
pizza puff.
redacted part.
Oh, that, yeah.
So anyway, do you guys want to hear the recap?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
This whole adventure started out with our 5 agents here being activated before being whisked away to Moosehead, Alaska, based on the real-life town Whittier, Alaska. As they entered into the town, they drove through a 2.6-mile-long tunnel through a mountain that cuts off the town from the rest of the world, There is a harbor that you can access the town through, but since it is currently the dead of winter, that harbor is cut off. There's only about 5 hours of sunlight every day due to their positioning to the Arctic Circle. Our adventurers arrived in town with the information that 2 weeks ago, one Mackenzie Stout was discovered dead. And then 2 weeks later, a 31-year-old man by the name of Jacob Smith was discovered ripped in half, his torso 50 feet up in a pine tree and his legs over 200 feet away on the ground in the snow. They examined the body of Jacob Smith, working with the local police, one Sheriff Brown, and their deputy, Patch. They discovered strange markings on the forearm of Jacob Smith on the inside near the elbow, as well as his wallet, and saw how Jacob died. Talons, or some sort of sharp claw, along his shoulder blades, cutting into his chest and impaled on the tree. Our agents then decided to go to the lodge in town, which is a residential building that holds 70% of the town's population. This large apartment building has a nurse's clinic, it has a post office, a convenience store, a grocery store, a school, anything that the town could need located in one building for those cold winter nights. You acquired rooms there, interacting with the old man Pip. After that, our team headed off to the morgue, where they encountered Dr. Believ, a strange man who led them downstairs, showing them the body of Mackenzie Stout. Jacob Smith's body, having been delivered just as they arrived, was underneath a tarp on one of the tables. While examining the body of Mackenzie Stout, Remedy and Agent Rambler discovered strange markings along where she also had implants matching that of Jacob. They peeled away the skin and found a sigil underneath it, a sigil that belongs to the outer god Nyarlathotep. Is it? Nyarlathotep. It's an awkward word.
It's not meant for human tongues, guy.
Exactly.
Nyarlathotep.
Everyone takes sanity damage.
In real life.
You discover those markings. Red revealed that he is a CIA agent, which was a wild move, but his CIA handle is also red, so, what a wild move to do. Distracting Baileviv so he does not notice Remedy, Rambler, and Rhino going through this corpse. We finally end with Receiver alone upstairs picking up her radio after she had just gone through the doctor's office and accidentally destroyed his computer. As she bends down to pick up the radio that says through it, "The beginning will occur, now you must sleep," we saw a large, shadowy man standing behind her with red eyes. Receiver, you're bending down to pick up the radio when you notice a shadow on the wall outlining where your shadow should be. It is much larger than yours. The hairs on the back of your neck stick up like a wild animal being cornered as you just feel the presence of someone behind you.
I freeze. I do like an anime breath gasp, screw my eyes shut, and I'm not going to look at anything. Just going to steadily, I'm going to just holding my breath and closing my eyes. I'm going to reach out and just very slowly still try and grab the walkie-talkie and turn it off.
You slowly reach forward, grab the walkie-talkie. As you touch the walkie-talkie, you hear static through it. And what might be whispers trailing through it before you turn it off.
My whole body collapses in relief.
Oh, you still have that feeling of that presence behind you.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The static is turned off, but your hairs, you see the shadow is still there.
Okay. So if I open my eyes and see the shadow,
do you turn to look?
No.
Okay.
If I open my eyes and my shadow is still weird, I still shaking and I shut my eyes again. I'm in full like free like I'm panic frozen. I just slowly try and put the walkie-talkie back on my belt.
As you do so, no, you do so. You have your eyes shut. You slide the walkie-talkie into your belt as you hear a door down the hall open. And Rambler, Remedy, Red, Rhino, who's leading the charge out of that door? Charge is the wrong word. Who's walking out first?
I think charge was the right word, and I think Rhino is leading it.
Okay.
Leading the stampede is
Rhino, you exit the door, and you see Receiver at the end of the hall, sort of hunched over slightly, maybe shaking a little bit, but there's no one else in the hallway. Receiver, that feeling on the back of your neck has stopped.
What's going on?
This is if it's funny because I think Receiver is the only one who hasn't been on a mission before.
Yes,
So-
this is your first time ever on a mission. And maybe before you even proceed, I want you to roll a sanity check
Yeah,
for me.
okay, that's what yeah. We will see how this colors my actions. That is a success. That is a flat 50. I have 67 sanity.
Okay, you shrug it off. You
Nice.
take 1 point of sanity damage.
If you told me I took 0, I was gonna say I think I take 1.
At least
If
one.
you had turned, might have been worse.
Yeah, and that was not like Receiver being like I know what to do. That was just full
Yeah.
panic freeze.
Yeah.
Okay, I succeeded the sanity. So when I hear Rhino's voice, there is a small additional pause. I think mentally she is like running through the Delta Green. It's not like a handbook, but like the list of like protocols.
The brochure they hand out.
The brochure, yeah, it's
Yeah.
disguised as a travel brochure,
Yeah.
and it's just like running through that in her head, and then finally is like straightens up, turns toward the sound of the voice, opens her eyes, and says, "Hi, I'm okay. How did it go?"
We'll talk on the way back.
Agreed. I stiffly walk toward the exit of the building.
You all head out. You were only down there for half an hour. Receiver, you have noticed that the sun has gone down early. I would say the rest of you also notice that while sunset here is very dim, it is pitch black outside as you head out. It is about, I want to say, it was supposed to go down at 4 o'clock, but it is 3:30 currently.
Weird.
Guys, is it a little dark out here? Or,
A little bit.
I take out the almanac I have and I just like kind of wave it, like, "Yep."
There's some kind of a cloud thing going on.
okay. Right. Are we in the car? Have we made it?
If you guys want to leave the building and go to the car and sort of idle on the side of the road there, this is not the most busy street. You guys actually, I believe one of you pointed out, there's not a lot of people around right now. Now, part of that is just, it's freezing outside.
It's heckin' windy out.
You know, during the winter, you know, the daytime, it gets to like -5 or just 0, basically. It is not fun to be outside right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think going and sitting in the car, because I don't want to stand in this guy's place any longer. He's probably following us out to, like, push us out.
No, he stayed downstairs actually in the morgue.
Oh, he did stay downstairs. Oh, you're right, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to risk the chance of him even hearing what we're going to talk about. So, yeah, I'm going for the car.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
for the best anyway.
So we're in the car. We made
We survived.
it.
Don't assume that.
Okay, you all are in the car. Who's driving?
Receiver is still a little shook, so she actually gets in the passenger seat.
Keys, please.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I hand the keys to.
Thank
to
you.
Ren.
Here we go. Let's hit up the diner.
Okay.
Papa needs a cheeseburger.
Okay.
Sky, if it's 3:30 now, what time is my phone call coming in?
You would have made the call at about 2:30 then. So you need to be back at
Okay.
4:30. So in about half an hour.
An hour. It would, because it's 3:30 now, because the sun's set
Oh,
early.
did I not say an hour?
Said half.
My
You
bad.
said half an hour.
An hour. Now, you could either join them all, or it's really cold out, but you were provided cold weather gear. You could just walk back to the lodge as well. It would be like a 20-minute walk rather than a 10-minute drive. It's only 10 minutes because you have to go slow because of the ice, and as well as you gotta, cut through a bunch of back streets there. But you could take a more direct
is the diner
path.
in the lodge, or
Diner is not in the lodge. Diner is sort of back towards the coast there, back towards where like Jacob was, in a small downtown section where there's a couple of stores.
Have you told us that you're waiting on a call?
yeah, I probably would have mentioned it.
So then I feel like maybe we should go back to the lodge, just let you take your call, and then maybe go to the diner?
Receiver would suggest that we debrief in one of the lodge rooms instead of in the car.
There is also the parents of Mackenzie Stout as well as Jacob Smith's mother, and they all live in the lodge as well. You know where they live.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to them, but I also want to talk about stuff. So let's find a place to do that. Gonna go to lodge?
Yeah.
Okay, you head to lodge. We could just kind of fast track this. You guys get into, I believe you rented out 2 rooms, I think. Just like 2 separate little apartments for the 5 of you. But we'll just say that you all meet in the middle. You head in. I assume you're in 6-1.
Yeah.
And just are sat around. There's a little bit of light furnishing in here that comes with every apartment, but otherwise it is pretty bare.
Okay. So I want to talk about that it's dark early, but I don't really.
Well, quite honestly, I think the first thing I want to bring up is, what the hell, Red?
What the hell? What?
You blowing your cover immediately? What's going on, man?
What are you talking about?
He literally said that you showed him that you were CIA.
Yeah, I'm CIA. What's your deal?
Just pinching the bridge of his nose. Rhino's like, we're supposed to be EPA.
Yeah, I'm also CIA. And FBI. And DOD and NSA. What are you talking about?
He's everything.
You flip through this. I don't care.
Oh. Yeah, I wanted multiple IDs. Why'd you get multiple?
Are you actually with the FBI?
Don't answer that.
Who wants to know?
Okay.
Just to...
I turn on my recording.
Okay.
With a new cassette tape.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yes? In case we need to refer back to this conversation?
Okay.
It's good to have the record.
And what if the... never mind. Whatever.
I mean, it's a fair point. We should maybe be a little bit more careful when dealing with the townies, I guess. I don't know. That did get kind of intense, and I mean, I had more questions for him, so it kind of sucks that we now...
Because at the very least, Red, if you aren't CIA like you told him, that's fine, but now that brings into question whether any of us are EPA with the rest of the town if he spreads word.
Yeah.
Ah, I see your point.
And then we lose all credibility.
Yeah. Give me the car. I'll be 3 minutes.
No.
No.
What? Do
Let
you
the
want
bygone
to
be bygone.
solve a problem? I don't understand.
Nah.
I don't feel like going about murdering somebody.
Okay, but you wanted information, and he was going to obstruct you.
I might have to take you down, Red. All right? We're trying to maintain... We're not acting under whatever agency you may or may not be associated with. We're acting under a different organization with a different set of rules here, all right?
Uh-huh.
Which means you can't just go around killing people.
You don't know what's in my briefing.
You know what? He makes a point. Hate to say it.
We all saw the same
Alright.
Scooby-Doo.
I saw Scooby-Doo Director's Cut.
Monsters Unleashed? That's not even out yet.
All right. Let's just get back to the topic on hand. Maybe when we proceed, we'll do it a little bit more, maybe with better communication about what we all want to do and how to proceed with things.
You know
Does
what?
that sound fair?
The thing is, if he didn't do that, though, we wouldn't have been able to cut her open.
Sure, what did you find out while I was distracting him for you?
Yes, which was fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you. Let's go.
She's like smiling and like gritting her teeth, like, okay. So, well, for one, there's definitely this, obviously not a bear attack, but also the wounds. I don't know what it was about the body, maybe because the way the cuts were sealed up. There's no way that that body was attacked from the outside. Like it looked
mean?
like those cuts were made from the inside out. Like something
came out.
burrowed out or
Some
cut
kind of
out.
parasite?
I have no idea. I can't say what exactly.
That level of aggression, I don't know.
Receiver throws up in her mouth a little bit.
Yeah, can't blame her.
Points at you, valid. But yeah, those wounds do not seem to have been inflicted from the outside. There was something inside. Additionally, Rhino, I don't know if you got a look at it, but Rambler, I know you did, and I gestured to you.
When we peeled back the flesh from the implant, the muscle underneath appeared to be charred and disfigured, and that char was left in the sigil of Nyarlathotep.
Who?
Nyarlathotep, it's very ancient. To explain the nature of it, we don't even know. No one knows. But it's, how do I say this? Basically, we're competing against some kind of ancient primordial horror. Something possibly older than the universe itself.
Oh.
You would know as well, Nyarlathotep, sue me, has a lot of strong ties to cults as well.
Yeah.
And has been seen, or at least rumored, it's like they find one thing that's vaguely related to him, serving cults across the world. It's one of those symbols and icons that just keeps showing up. But his motivations are unknown, or their motivations are unknown.
Yeah, no one knows what it wants.
Can I roll a natural just because I have the stat and I don't know when I'm going to roll this again?
Yeah, if you want to roll unnatural, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Certainly unnatural.
Sort of diving into the stuff, though, could cause you sanity damage, though.
Perfect. I'll play my character more.
There you go.
After you resolve Seth's roll, I'd like to also roll occult to kind of mentally cross-reference that with the books that Dr. Believ had.
Sure. What is your occult?
30.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and roll, but Seth, what'd you get?
My unnatural is a 20%, and I rolled a 1.
Get
Ooh.
out.
It's a crit success.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh
There you
my
go, buddy.
god. Get out of here.
Wait, a 1 is a crit success?
Is it one?
1 is an automatic success and critical,
It
just like
is.
100 is an
Okay.
automatic
It is.
fail and critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's amazing. Holy crap. You got a crit on a 20%er. That's amazing. Nyarlathotep
Oh yeah, I know him. He's my dad.
is known for having minions as well. And as you sort of think back on like weird unnatural readings that you have, you know that a thing that has served him before, and I am only giving this to you because you got a crit, is called a hunting horror, which is a very dangerous creature according to some reports, according to old text, old documents. Where do you think you would have picked up this knowledge, though? As Red, do you think?
I mean, Red's always getting into stuff that he's not supposed to. If at any point someone from Delta Green had reached out to him or taken him to some sort of site where things were out, Red would have either snatched stuff, talked to a vet. He's a vet himself, so like this sort of thing is like he would ask questions like this.
All right, I like it. So yeah, you've sort of picked up this knowledge. You've asked questions over the year. I am going to make you roll a sanity check
Okay.
for just even having this knowledge.
Yar. That's a fail.
That's a fail. Okay, so as you recall it, you might not even notice, but you just slip a little bit more towards madness. And you're just going to simply take 1 point of sanity damage. All right, Receiver, how did you do?
I failed.
You failed? Okay,
Normal
so
failure, so don't know.
go ahead, mark it. You just don't know. Those books seemed pretty general in there. There might not be a direct connection. Red, do you share with the group that knowledge you just kind of remembered?
Yeah, Yarlithotep, huh? He's got a buddy. He's called the Hunter.
Oh.
What was he called? The Silent Hunter, or just the...
It's not so much a
Hunting
direct buddy, but he has minions.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him a buddy. That's my nomenclature.
But one kind is called a hunting horror. Or at least that is the nickname it has been given, as what it is truly called probably cannot be pronounced by you all.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
He has a friend?
Yeah, like a scrappy little guy to do his dirty work.
A scrappy little
Awesome.
guy.
Okay. Do you know anything more about them? Just say scrappy? Because I don't think this is done by something scrappy.
Did
this
I
is
say scrappy? Maybe I meant scrapey.
scrapey?
Yeah, you got Scooby-Doo on the mind. I get it.
One more detail about them that I will give you is that every description ever given about them, and none of these are like modern descriptions. These are all like, a proverb found in some like writing from like the Ming Dynasty, a scroll discovered in, elsewhere in time. Like these references to what is most likely the same creature are always different.
Okay.
Yeah, and it always describes them, though, additionally, as very dangerous.
Could be a perception filter.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's descriptions all throughout history, Macedonia to the Ming Dynasty to the feudal period of Japan. The description is never the same.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Almost like someone didn't get a good look at it.
Rambler.
Yeah, Rhino?
Rambler, you said something about a cult?
Nyarlathotep.
Like he has a cult or something? Because that could...
Numerous.
That's something here, something I can track. Maybe it has something to do with those implants.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too. The question is are they... I'm sure they're not the only ones with it, but does everyone have that?
I
don't
mean,
know.
so they were just implants. I mean, the design themselves are, obscure and creepy on its own, but yeah, it's what was near them, that symbol that was near them, that was clearly connected.
Well, most cults, especially in situations like this, like to have some kind of identifying marker. I would assume that's it.
Yeah.
So hopefully not.
I think we also need to be pretty cautious overall here because when it comes to tight-knit, small communities like this, you never know who could be a part of it, if not everybody.
Exactly. That's what I'm scared of.
Well, we're the EPA, right?
Yes.
Why don't we go on a rash hunt before Dr. Loose Lips gets talking? We're already in the lodge. Most of the town's right here.
That's fair. I was
That's a
gonna
good
say we
point.
should definitely talk to what relatives. Maybe they'll have some kind of information about them.
I just don't think we're going to
themselves.
find anyone wearing short sleeves this time of year.
Apartment 84 is the Stouts, Mackenzie's parents.
Okay. Did you find that in the file?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then we also, I believe, got the room of
Mrs. Smith lives in apartment 93.
Yes. Okay. Do we want to go and speak to them?
I'm going to go downstairs and get my call. But
Okay.
feel free to go about that.
I will briefly recount. We don't have to linger too long on it because it's not actually that much useful information. But I'll just explain that I found some files and that Dr. Belyev does have some old weird occult books, but not anything that stood out as directly connected.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Good to know. Do we want to split up, I guess, and...
Yeah, you guys take the family. I'm going to start at the top and work my way down through the randos.
The top being what?
The top of the lodge.
Oh, literally the top floor?
Yeah.
Hey, not a bad idea.
Oh my god! So you're just
Alright.
gonna start knocking room by room.
Grassroots campaign, rash check.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if I'm getting this correctly right now, Rhino, you're gonna go down to the lobby. You still have about 20 minutes before that call comes through. So you're going to just wait down there for the phone call, make sure you get it.
Yes.
Okay, I like
I
that.
don't want anybody to be using the phone when I need to be using the phone.
It's a good idea. Red, you are going to go room by room, starting at the very top, and just knock on people's doors?
That's the idea. Yep.
Okay. And then Receiver, Rambler, and Remedy, you three are heading to which of the apartments?
I guess which do we want to do first? Do we want to go to Mackenzie's parents or Jacob?
Well, Jacob's parents don't know yet, right?
Yeah.
The Stouts are on 8 and Miss Smith is on 9, so like let's just do 8 first.
Sure.
Okay. Let's start with Red here. You go up to the very top floor to floor 10. You go to 10-12 and you knock. A younger woman answers the door. She's chewing gum. She has a hot pink puffy vest on with a denim jacket on underneath of it and tight-fitting yoga pants, and she looks at you and she's just like, can I help you?
Agent Red, EPA, like your fit. Checking for rashes. Can I see your arm?
Check it. Can I ask why you checking for rashes?
There's been an environmental disturbance in the forest, and we're checking for any possible biological infractions.
All right. That's weird. Roll persuasion.
It is weird. You're welcome.
Seth, you sound so plausible right now that I was tempted to roll up my own sleeve.
Yeah. Hell, my sleeve's already rolled up, and I was like, oh, here you go.
Roll a persuasion. Give yourself a plus 20 to it.
Persuasion, and you're giving me a plus 20 to it?
Yep.
So that boosts my
Boost your skill.
Yeah.
boosts my skill.
Put
Okay.
that as
Not the
your
roll.
number.
Then I just barely make it
Yeah,
Nice.
There you go.
with a 58 out of 60.
Nice.
Ooh.
She pulls back her arm. There are no markings.
All right,
Anything
thank
else
you.
you need?
Nope. Thank
Do
you,
you
and have a great
wanna-
night, ma'am.
Do you want to come inside?
No, I do not.
You put the kettle on.
Yeah, why don't you make yourself some chamomile? And I close the door for him.
Oh, great. I love it. You go to the next door. You knock. No one answers.
All right, I'm going to continue on. I don't need to. I'll take a note of all the rooms that don't open.
There's 120 rooms in this lodge. We need to do them all, Seth.
Okay.
I have notes for every single one and characters fully written out.
I'm
All right, I want
so
their
happy.
name, age, and full descriptions for each one as we knock on
Annie,
every door.
we cut to Rhino in the lobby. Yeah, you continue on Red, and let's see here. I'm gonna do something in the background. You room 12. You get to it is 3 doors down.
Oh,
It is room 10-10.
if I go crazy,
The
will you? I know, right?
Door opens up, and an elderly woman comes out. She has poofy white hair. She has on a lovely knitted cardigan sweater and a long skirt that reaches the ground. And she goes, oh, hello, young man. Can I help you?
Yes. Badge
Mhm.
flash, Agent Red, blah blah rash,
I missed that.
biological infection.
What? A biological what?
Infection.
I don't have any Well, I haven't had an infection since I was a younger girl.
Oh, great. Roll up the
Ear
sleeve,
infection.
please.
Eddie-
Anywho,
infection's
would you
nothing to
like
laugh
to
about,
come
painful.
inside? I could put the kettle on.
Sleeve first, and then we'll talk about kettles.
All right, roll another persuasion.
Roll
Again.
another one? Oh,
No, you don't gotta roll another one. She rolls up her sleeve, and you see on the underside of her forearm are 5 implants.
okay.
Those little symbol that you have seen on both Mackenzie and on Jacob.
I take my pen and I prod at it. Like, ma'am, how long have you had this?
Oh, I got those when I was a kid. It's a bit of a tradition around here. Not everyone has them, but you know, us
Oh, yeah?
rebels all got them.
Oh, Granny's a rebel, huh?
Yeah, it's she kind of like looks up and is like, yeah, it's It's a symbol of the town, sort of. You came from Moosehead.
Ah, I see. And my demeanor's kind of gonna relax a little bit. I'm gonna get out of this agent and down into the suave, sophisticated.
Oh,
Go in for
my.
tea.
Yeah.
Would you like to come in for tea?
I think I will take that kettle now, and a
We,
story if you don't mind.
You head inside of her home, and she sits you down. She puts the kettle on. She puts a little music on. Something smooth, something a little snappy. And
Okay.
she comes over and sits next to you on this floral couch that smells of old people and what's that flowery stuff that a lot of old people go?
Potpourri?
Poopery.
Thank you. It
Potpourri.
smells like potpourri in there
No,
as
not
well.
poopery. That's for the toilet.
Smells like poop
That's
in
newer.
there. I'm sorry, I've shit my pants.
When you get a certain age.
So yeah, she sits down and she says, "Yeah, it's an implant. I know it's crazy to have one, but especially for a woman my age. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things where it's around here. It's not really frowned upon.
No, you guys seem so progressive in Alaska.
Well, I mean, we don't really go showing it off to other towns.
Oh, okay. Why so secretive?
No, I mean, it's like any sort of, strange piercing or tattoos and whatnot. Other people, they just don't understand." And as she says that, she puts a hand on your thigh.
I grab her hand on my thigh and I say,
Oh!
I say,
Breaker.
no. It's just no. Hold on. I don't grab her hand on my thigh. I place my hand on her hand on my thigh, and I said,
Ooh.
I sure would like to understand.
Maybe I could show you some more.
Do you have more implants?
No, just the one, but I was trying to be a little cheeky.
Oh, sorry. I didn't get it before.
Boy, they sure make them thick nowadays.
I would go in and whisper into their ear, all federal agents are thick.
For everyone at home, this is just how Seth and I talk to each other on the phone every night.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Are you trying to gauge any other... Why don't you go ahead and give me, because we should cut over to other people at this point. Go ahead and give me a human int. I think this might be...
Hummint?
Whatever basically is insight.
Sure.
Human. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
human.
Yeah, that's a 50%. I also have a 50% in survival, so I'm going to play it out like it's survival. But you could say it's Hummint.
It might be about to become survival for you.
Oh.
I fail.
You failed. I mean,
Unless you want to give me a bonus because
Look,
I was
as-
doing so good.
as far as you can tell, she is just an old woman who seems infatuated with you, and is telling you all about the weird town tradition.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting nowhere. And...
You get nowhere, and this old woman wants a piece of you.
All right.
Yeah. So we end the
Ooh,
scene with
yeah,
you
okay, hold on.
tackling her to the ground. and,
No. It's like, I have orange blossom honey in my apartment. I think I'm gonna go out and grab that, and I'll
Oh,
be
well.
right back.
Hurry back. And she
Yeah.
does the what is it, Final Instinct scene where she uncrosses and then recrosses her legs as you head out.
Okay, I'll roll
please,
sanity.
Yeah, roll
This gets
sanity.
so long that you can't see it.
No,
But the idea's
we cut to
Do
Rhino
this.
down in the lobby. About 20 minutes goes by. You wait there. Pep is not at the reception right now. He seems to be off elsewhere, though there is a bell to summon him. And as planned, right at 4:30, the phone goes off. You grab it, put it up to your... What do you say into it?
Hello?
Yeah, he's like, "Hey there, this is Whittibane.
This is Whittibane.
Can you verify that?"
Give him my badge number.
Yep, you're giving your badge number. There's a code to go along with it, like Alpha, Omega 38, something like that.
Toblerone.
Toblerone. Yeah, it ends with Toblerone.
Oh wait, no, that's a Delta Green thing. Shit.
You work for Delta, great. No,
Ah!
your klaxons going on in the background. No, he. All right. Hey, thanks for being at the phone here. Look, I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for fast tracking this order to you, but look, I got the information for you. You ready? You got a pen and paper?
All right, what you got? Yeah, I got it.
Not a huge amount on it. It's a number for a shrink's office in Anchorage, Alaska. Melissa Welks, Dr. Melissa Welks. She's a therapist working there. Not a huge amount else on her. I could give you her address, and I mean, you already got a phone number. As far as I can tell, she doesn't have she has a home number at her home. He give you that number as well. But otherwise, that's really about it. I can't look up her records or anything like that, but Melissa Welks, Anchorage, Alaska. She's a therapist.
All right, thank you. I appreciate the fast track.
What I'm going to ask you is, was there any other information that you wanted from this? Other than, like, who this was and the little career note there?
I kind of wanted to know who it was, and obviously if there was any sort of record for said person, like if they had an arrest record or anything along those lines, but I'm not really trying to push too much on, like, all right, I need a deep dive into who this Dr. Melissa Welks is, because I think that would be really suspicious.
I think I already said she has nothing else going on. That was me implying that she has no record. So yeah, he says to you, she no criminal record, no past incarcerations, anything like that. She's clean. Studied at yada yada university.
Oh, yada yada.
Prestigious.
It's
That's
real
highly
hard to get in there.
prestigious.
Yeah, she studied at Ohio State.
All right, well, I do appreciate you fast tracking.
Of course. Anything for the protection of this country. All right, you have a good day, Agent.
You as well.
If you need anything else, you know where to reach us.
I do, thank you.
Hang up the phone.
Yep.
Do you want to call this number?
I do. I think that's the next step.
All right. You dial in that number. It rings for a little bit, and before a male's voice answers, Dr. Melissa Welks' office. Can I help you?
Hi there. This is Agent Rhino from the EPA. I was hoping to talk to the doctor about a patient of hers. I have some unfortunate news to pass along.
Okay. The doctor is. Let me go check for you. You hear the phone. You get put on hold. There's some music that plays, and in about 2 minutes, he comes back, picks it up. He's like, "Can I know which patient this is regarding?"
Yes, it's Jacob Smith.
He's like, "One more second here." He goes on hold. This time for even less time. Then it comes back on here. And he says, "I'll transfer you to the doctor immediately." He clicks it, goes through. It rings once, twice, three, before. You hear a voice on there. Hello?
Hi, is this Dr. Melissa Welks?
This is she.
Hi there. This is Agent Rhino of the EPA. I'm calling in regards to a patient of yours, Jacob Smith.
Yes, he is a patient of mine.
Yes, I have some unfortunate news. He has been found dead here in Moosehead.
Oh, no. That is terrible news. He was a bright young man. But for what reason are you calling this office?
It's truly a tragedy. Yes, I'm calling because the circumstances of the death are a little ambiguous, and I'm trying to get as much information as possible. He had your number in his wallet, and I was hoping you could tell me why he might have just wandered off into the woods in the middle of the night. I know there's doctor-patient confidentiality. I'm just trying to get a sense of why this tragedy might have occurred.
I am truly sorry, Agent Rhino. I cannot share any of that information, as you have stated there with the doctor-patient confidentiality. If you bring a warrant, or if you have a warrant, then I would be happy to answer your questions here, or you can visit my clinic in Anchorage. Now, here's what I'll give you. I think there's two paths for you right here.
Yeah.
Either you lie, and you, just try and bullshit your way through it, or you can try and double down on it, be like, I'm an agent, this is important. But it's really up to you and what your character would do. I just want to give you some options to kind of help you see your way through this scene right here, because I am throwing a bit of a wall at you, but she wouldn't just freely share it.
Yeah, I think he would go more on the doubling down thing. So he's gonna say, listen, Doc, I understand how everything works here, but this is something that could be incredibly serious. This is the second person here in Moosehead who has wandered off and gotten themselves killed here. And if we don't get to the bottom of this soon, I'm afraid that there's going to be more blood here in Moosehead. And I just don't want that to be on your hands.
Oh, I like
my.
that. That was... Okay, I persuade? What is your persuade?
70.
70? Holy shit. If you want to roll, you can roll, but otherwise, I'm happy to just give it to you, because your persuade is high enough, and that was a good enough line right there.
I mean, I'll take it without a roll. I don't want to fucking...
Yeah. No,
I've been rolling high when I roll, so I'll just take the free win.
That is true. There's a fun to rolling, but with this game, if your skills are high enough, you could just do stuff. So yeah, you hear her sort of like tapping. Is like, I cannot give you specifics. And you hear her on the other side get up, and you hear what is clearly a door closing. He goes, he was a troubled youth. He told me some disturbing things in confidence, things I will not repeat here, but something was going on. I do not know if it was hysteria or if it was the truth at this point, because every time he would visit, it would seem like something else was going on. I worried for that young man.
What do you mean something else was going on?
He was panicked and erratic often when we would have our phone calls. We never met in person. He was referred by a friend.
Do you have the name?
He was referred to by Carl Patch.
Oh.
Carl Patch.
Yes,
The deputy here in...
Yes, I believe he is a
he the-
deputy in the town.
Oh, so he's a patient as well?
No, he is not a patient. He just knows of my service.
Oh, okay. All right, well, thank you very much, Melissa. I will...
What?
What do you mean?
No, I'm
What?
just... He was at the scene of the crime, wasn't he?
Because he's a deputy, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
And
very
his friend
nonplussed
is-
by his friend's arm falling into our cherry picker.
That's just how Jacob rolls, Sometimes
I mean-
he'll drop
His
an
arm
arm.
falls off. It's fine.
Never said
Well, we
never
don't-
said that they were
We
friends.
don't know that they were
Yeah,
friends.
we don't. Yeah.
We don't know that they
Oh,
were
but
friends.
referred by a
Just-
friend.
You said refer to by friend.
Oh,
Melissa said they were
Got
friends.
him.
Sky didn't say
That's
it.
fair.
that's
fair.
my bad. He was referred to by Officer Patch, not friend.
I believe he's a deputy, just so we get our
Deputy
titles
Patch.
clear.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you very much, Melissa. This information will surely help, and if all goes well, then we'll get to the bottom of whatever's happening here, and I will keep you informed.
He I don't know if it'll help, but he was having strange and erratic dreams, especially towards the end, as you said. We talked only 3 days ago, and he told me of some disturbing things that he saw. I assumed these were just stress from situations he was dealing with. He described a shadowy figure watching him.
All right.
Dreams often are parallels to the real world, so it might be someone close to him, someone he works for. I don't know, but they are a window into the soul.
One more quick question. Did he have any
Very well.
family issues? I know that it's just his mother here in Moosehead.
His mother and him, they seem to have some sort of past, but he never would go into it. But as far as I knew, they got along fine, and he still lived with her in their apartment, in what I believe he called the lodge.
The lodge.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Melissa.
Of course.
Dr. Welks.
That is right.
And
she,
Rhino will hang up the phone.
there we go. All right. we now cut to our other 3 agents, Receiver, Remedy, and Rambler, as you knock on a metal door with a little eye hole in it. On the front of it says 8-4, and below it, it says The Stout's Home in a little name plaque that stretches across it. There is little decorations on the door from what was Thanksgiving that have not been taken down yet. You all knock on the... Who knocks? Who's kind of leading right now?
I'll take lead unless anyone...
Okay.
Receiver is kind of behind and off to the side with her mic and cassette recorder, just already recording.
All right. And Rambler, you're standing probably alongside Remedy there.
Yeah.
The door opens. You see a slightly heavier set man. He's about 5'8". He has a big black bushy beard and short black hair. Glasses frame his face. It's Seth. No, I'm joking. No, Seth is...
It's like Seth is definitely not 5'8".
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, you see this man standing before you and goes, hey, can I help you?
Hi, yes. My name's Agent Remedy with the EPA. We are here investigating the bear attacks. And unfortunately, I'm sorry that these are not very pleasant circumstances that we're meeting. But
you see him already. He immediately looks like dejected.
Yeah. We're just looking to see if we could come speak to you.
He sighs and he sort of like rolls his head back and he's like, and he kind of like leans forward and he's just like, we already answered questions. No, he's not Irish.
We answered so many questions.
We already saw that question.
From Dublin, Alaska.
Oh, hey there.
The Stouts.
We already answered. God, I can't. I'm trying to do like Wisconsin.
It's not so easy not to slip into Irish.
We are. Oh, hi there. We already. I'm just gonna do my normal voice. Jesus, we already answered. What is going on? I'm having a stroke. Oh my god! Don't you know? We already answered. We already answered so many questions. Got to get through the line. The next line will be better. And then from behind him, or actually, yeah, what are you gonna say?
We understand that it's a very delicate situation, and we hate to bring up these very fresh wounds. But it's very important to our investigation that we talk.
It's just too much. We can't keep doing this. As you hear a voice like, who's at the door? And you see this taller blonde man. He has shaves along the side of it. You can see there are tattoos that have been covered up and his hands are completely tattooed over. He wears a long denim jacket. He sort of strides up and he looks over the other man's shoulder, and he just kind of looks at you all and he goes, just come inside. As he turns and walks back into the apartment, the black-haired man, he sort of shrugs and he goes, I'll go put a pot of coffee on.
Very kind of you, thank you.
We enter.
As you all enter inside, it's a spacious apartment. The kitchen and living room are connected. There is a hallway that leads to a bathroom, as well as a second hallway that seems to lead off towards an open door that opens into a master bedroom. The hallway that leads to that bathroom sort of hooks to the left to an unknown room. The black-haired man goes off into the kitchen. The blonde guy, he sits down on a couch and sort of gestures for all of you to sit down as well. The apartment is messy but tidy. It is there, there's jackets on chairs. Stuff is clearly not being looked afterwards, but it's not disgusting. It's just not, it hasn't been cleaned in clearly 2 weeks.
Reasonable.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, and the blonde guy, so what do you guys need now?
Well,
we already told you everything that we knew about our daughter.
Well, I hate to break this to you, but we're actually, independent from any investigators who may have spoken to you prior. we're specifically here to investigate the bear attack specifically and what may have caused the animals to act as they did, because bear attacks obviously happen, but their frequency is obscure, and that is why we're here specifically. So unfortunately, this is a little bit of a clean slate, and we don't necessarily need, hopefully we don't need you to rehash everything that you've already spoke on, but
What do you want to know? Just let's get this over with. And you hear the man from the kitchen, be nice, sweetie. They're just doing their job. I know it's hard, but they're just doing their job. I get it. I'm sorry. What can we tell you?
out of character, because I'm like, this is so intense and I feel bad.
It is an intense scene. I am asking a lot from you right now. But think about it this way. You are an agent trying to get to the bottom of a crime right now.
Yeah.
You know? And even as an EMT, I bet there's a mode where you just have to go through it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not being an EMT in real life. I do not actually have that, but in character, I definitely have it. I guess I just real quick with Jonas and Andrew, just because I imagine on the way up we've talked about what we were going to speak on. Is there anything that you guys think we should specifically ask about? I mean, just to kind of clear my mind and have us all on the same page.
Since we haven't regrouped with the others at this point, we don't know the things that they just learned.
No, we don't know what they learned. No.
I think we should ask about, I think the basics are like, who does Mackenzie hang out with? Was anything weird? Did she report any weird feelings or anything like that?
What was her state of mind like the days before?
If the scene is too heavy, we can hand wave it, and you guys can just ask me questions, and I will just give you their answers.
No,
I'm
I'm
happy
RP
to.
it. I just don't want to mess up the interaction by being like,
RP gestures, not hand wave gestures.
Yeah, no. I want to do it. I just wanted to make sure that we are all kind of on the same page with questioning.
So he's looking at you expectantly, you know.
Yes. Okay, so I guess first off, with Mackenzie, specifically, I guess, and this is why, see, I'm nervous.
It's all good.
Agent, would you like me to take over for a moment?
Go ahead. Yes, of course. Ramble on.
Receiver and Remedy, at this point, the guy with the black hair chimes in and he goes, I'm so sorry. By the way, I'm Bill and this is Walter. I don't think we caught all of your guys' names.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. I'm Agent Rambler. The woman to the back of us is Agent Receiver.
I wave with my free hand.
And I'm Agent Remedy.
Please, make yourself at home. Bathrooms in the back.
Thank you.
And
very much
points
appreciate
down
it.
the hallway there. Before turning his back to all of you and gets to making a pot of coffee. Walter, his focus is only really on you, Rambler, as between just sort of his eyes downcast towards the ground there.
In the days leading up to the passing of your daughter, which once again, very, very sorry to hear about, was she acting differently in any way?
Good question.
Whether it be in a mental fog, emotionally?
I don't see how that has to do with a bear attack, but she was acting a little strange in the last couple days. Coming home late, sleeping all the time. I don't know. She was tired. I mean, she knows better.
Of course. No, I understand.
She should have known not to go out, not to try and run or whatever she did.
I'm sorry, but could you explain that a little bit?
When a bear attacks you, you need to... I mean, there's no running from it. That's an animal that can move 30 miles per hour. It's a dangerous animal, and she knew that.
See, that's actually part of one of the questions I had.
And he's just said she should have climbed a tree, or she should have hid, or just played dead. And I might still have her. We might still have her.
Yes, like Agent Rambler was was saying, that's actually, part of the reason why we're here investigating, because we want to, ensure that the behavior of the animals is normal. This definitely seems like perhaps something was up. So our questions may be obscure, but we promise they are in line with our investigation. Again, you said that she was sleeping a lot and being out late. Do you know where she may have been going? I know animals are attracted to, or bears specifically are attracted to certain smells. Do you happen to know maybe her whereabouts? Maybe she picked up a scent or something that they were attracted to?
Bill will chime in at this point. Well, there's, not a lot of places to go around here.
Mm-hmm.
She was, too young to get into the bar, but, teens, they're gonna sleep. I know I did when I was her age. A lot. I still do. And he just sort of chuckles, but it is pained. He is still making that coffee, his back turned to you. I mean, we all like to stop by the Starlight Diner. We all go down to the convenience store downstairs, get a bag of chips or something. I mean, that. She liked those places.
Do you know, maybe, what friends that she was hanging out with?
I mean, it's a small town. We all know each other. We all see each other. She would occasionally hang out with that Jacob boy. It was kind of strange, but other than that, her two friends, they live down on floor 5 there, Lily and Becca. What I want to know right now, Receiver, what are you doing? You find yourself in a situation right here where there aren't really any eyes on you.
Tricky. I will...
Time to use the bathroom.
If I can... Yeah, but Receiver doesn't think that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be also, Remedy seems to have taken over the questioning again. Could be Rambler as well. It could be any of you, really.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna nudge Rambler with my toe and just eyes over at Mackenzie's. I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't know where. But look around. Look for her room.
I hate to interrupt the questioning, but you'd said the bathroom was in the back?
Down that hallway.
Thank you.
He points.
Sorry.
He's sitting with his back to that hallway, and he just kind of points behind him.
Now I'll make my way over there.
You head down that hallway. Remedy, you continue to ask questions, trying to be comforting and not too aggressive with them or anything to upset them, but this is a very delicate situation you find yourselves in. Rambler...
Used to doing it.
Yeah, exactly. The EMT, just like that sort of training kicks in. Rambler, you head down that hallway and you see that it curves to the left. There's a little storage closet. And then what leads to what looks like a cliche 20-year-old girl's room.
I'm not really a stealthy man, but I'll do my best to kind of nonchalantly take a quick look in.
You head down that hallway, and what is your search like?
That's a great question. Let's find out. You'd think for someone who does investigative, writing, for lack of a better term, I'd have a good search score, but I don't. So that'll be the base 20.
You weren't ever investigating anything real until recently.
True, that is true.
You were doing a lot of research.
It's just the base 20?
Just base 20.
Whew. Okay, then.
1 in 5's not that bad.
It's not great odds, but it's odds nonetheless.
I'm going to give you a plus 20 to this.
Thanks, buddy. Here's hoping I don't muck it all up. Let's see if I can keep the perfect streak going.
Yeah, there you go.
With a 7, I do.
Are you serious? You didn't even need
I'm not
the
gonna
plus
lie.
20. Holy crap.
I just clenched so hard that I think I have a new butthole.
Okay. We got this. You head into her room. It's pretty cliche 20-year-old room, but there's a ton of stuff from clearly when she was just like a little girl, because they're in the middle of nowhere, so getting new decorations is so hard. There's like a poster for a band that is so well loved because clearly it was it's such a rare thing to get. You look around and you see there's a shelf, and you sort of run your finger along the books there, and then you notice that about 8 of the books are bumped forward about an inch apart from the rest of them, like forward. So it's not perfectly smooth. Reaching forward, you sort of pull those books back, and you find a journal behind them. It says Dream Journal on the front of it.
Oh no.
So you pull out this journal, you start thumbing through it till you get closer to the end. As you thumb through it, you see mentions of, hey, I made new friends. Oh, these friends are silly. They do strange things. Stuff like that, like, keeps coming up. It doesn't say directly who it is, but you get to the last couple entries here.
November 14th. Had a weird dream. A man came to me in my room, but he was made of shadows and had, like, 4 arms. Super freaky. He told me I would be the beginning, and then showed me the most amazing things. I can't even explain what I saw. It was more of a feeling, hard to express. Is this because of that weird ritual? November 17th. It's hard to sleep. I keep seeing it. I think it's the end of the world, but it's just so beautiful. My new friend said it means I have a great purpose to fulfill. November 21st. Jacob says I should stay away next meet. He's just jealous he's not their favorite anymore. November 22nd. Dad's asking a lot of questions. Pop was just as rebellious at this age. November 23rd. The man came back. I'm still not sure if I was sleeping. He just stood there in the doorway and watched. He whispered something to me and I could feel every word through my whole body. I saw one of his creations. It's so hard to describe. It was fluid and solid and had wings, but then didn't. I wanted to see it again, but that one scared me. I think I'll stay awake tonight. November 24th. Alexandria gave me some pills to help me sleep. It helped. November 27th. The text here appears more scrawled and scratchy. The pills have stopped working, but that's fine. I missed those beautiful sights.
And you flip to the final page. Scrawled on that final page in huge letters, in what looks like red ink, is the beginning, with that familiar sigil of Nyarlathotep scrawled underneath it frantically, just as we see that shadowy figure behind you again. And that is where we'll end our episode this week.
Oh no!
Suspicious.
Oh, man.
I don't like it.
I'm
I
getting-
don't like it.
Thank you,
I'm getting
guys.
this feeling that multiple people in this town had something to do with Nyarlathotep.
Yeah,
I don't
look
know
at
about
that.
that.
To give you that one.
Crazy.
I got a
Nope.
hankering about something.
Does anybody have anything they would like to plug?
Or did we level? Did we fail any of
Skills.
those?
Every time this little dingus Sky forgets. Who failed a roll tonight?
Me.
Jonas, what'd you fail?
I gained 3 occult.
You gained 3 occult. Seth,
Nice.
I think I failed to roll, but I don't remember which one it was.
anybody remember?
You were. It was a human int.
Yes.
Human, yeah.
Okay. All right. I failed human in.
Roll a d4, add that to your roll.
To the skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Add in 2 to that skill.
All right. Rhino, anything?
I didn't roll a die.
What? Oh, that's right.
was too
I
good to
gave
roll.
you. That's right. You were too good to roll. I'll get you.
I did roll. I got a 62, and the threshold was
Hey,
70. I'm
good
glad I
to
didn't
know.
roll.
Good
It was
to
too
know.
close.
Yep. We were so close. Remedy, anything?
I think I passed everything I rolled.
Again,
right?
you were perfect.
Yeah.
And-
I'm not perfect anymore, but go on.
And Rambler.
Still perfect, but I have a feeling now I'm just gonna die next episode.
Oh yeah, you are.
It's been too good to last.
Yeah.
Especially with that last one, like with the 20. Well, you made it a 40, but
That shadowy figure, he's
Ooh.
back. All right. And does anybody have anything they would like to plug?
Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Majora's Rose for all your streamy goodness.
Linktr.ee/Tintenseher. It's my name. You know how to spell it by now.
Hopefully.
Shout out to Becca for the email.
Did we get an email from
We
Becca?
got an email from
We
Becca.
did. I won't repeat what was written in it.
Oh, no.
Why?
They showed it to me at like 2 in the morning. It was so
Wait,
funny.
I want to know what it said. What did it say?
Well, you can look at the
Yeah, you
email.
gotta go look at the email.
Wow.
I'm looking
Okay.
at the email.
Can you read it, Rachel?
Well, I gotta open it first. Hold on.
Does anybody else have anything they would like to plug though? Maybe
Yeah.
Casey's and clickety click.
That was my
Okay
pleasure.
then.
You could send us more emails. Maybe Casey will stop bullying me and just read them to me. He knows I can't fucking read. It's rude. Why would you just help me?
Just a little fella who needs a hand.
How else are you gonna?
Why
learn?
don't
Or eyes.
I don't want to
technically.
learn. I want the pictures. Send me a picture at rpchesters@gmail.com.
Here, I'll send you a picture of what was written.
Seth, I got a word you can learn how to spell.
Oh, what's that?
Goodbye.
Oh! I was gonna say, I just got Becca's email. Say goodbye.
Oh,
Oh, look at
And
that.
how do you spell that?
how do you spell?
Oh, well, why do you say that? That's not offensive. Like, I mean, I feel like you should just put that in.
Goodbye!
Hey, goodbye.
Is that one of them that starts with the Q? I like the Q. Underutilized.
How do you know it's underutilized?